Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm just here. I'm testing out the sound, so I want to get some feedback from y'all. Y'all let me know how this sounds. If I'm loud and clear, if I'm muffled, if if I suck. Trying to test this out, and I hope Rico, I hope you watch it, man, because I want you to let me know what it's doing, man. Because I've been tweaking this sound. We're gonna have a new sound, a better sound, hopefully. As we get ready to go into this second season of the Antonio Parkinson project. Okay. Just test this out, y'all. If y'all get some feedback, y'all just bear with me. Oh, it sounds pretty good. Okay. All right then, shit. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. So yeah, it's sounding pretty good, sounding loud and clear. I need to get Loud Angelica over here. So when she goes into debate mode, we can see what it sounds like, with all of our voices in it at the same time. But yeah, man. Hey, look, I hope everybody's Thanksgiving has gone well. Let me turn this back down a little bit. I hope everybody's Thanksgiving has gone well. Mine was everything I wanted it to be, peaceful. Of course, you see, I don't know if y'all seen in the news, everybody's Thanksgiving wasn't as peaceful as others were, unfortunately. I saw where in the news where a grandmother, I think they said she might have been a little lit, and she was cutting up at the Thanksgiving dinner. If y'all anybody out there, anybody's family was cutting up, had family members, the uncle, we all got the uncle that cuts up, and the other members that cut up. Let me see, is my live still going? Okay, my live is still going. All right. Yeah, so but my Thanksgiving was uneventful. I'm gonna tell you what I did do, though. I did as I have in the last few years, I went out and got me a Popeye's turkey. And man, it was some fire. That's all I can say. Third year in a row, man. One thing I can say about this Popeye's turkey is that they are consistent. But I will say the price has gone up. I think they started, when I first started getting them, they were like $49, and they would sell out every time. Every year they would sell out. One year, I missed it at the Popeyes on Austin P, and I had to go and track another one down at another location. And so, but this year, turkeys, I think them turkeys was seemed like they was about $65 or something around it, but it's well worth it. What's up, Talisa Franklin? What's happening? Talisa, if you're in town in the area, you need to just pull up, man. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna do a special Black Friday show tonight. So yeah, how many of y'all buying into are out there, shopping in these mean streets? I refuse to do it. I refuse to do it. I refuse to buy into the commercialism of Christmas. My daughter Kirsten, she every year she wants to set up a tree, and it's a couple things, I got a couple of issues with it. One, I just lost it for the commercialism of the Christmas holiday, because You know, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. You know, when they talk about Black Friday, you know, that's the day that, you know, all of the stores, you know, get into the black by y'all spending y'all's money for Christmas, right? And I just have an issue with the commercialism of Christmas. Also, you know, I you know, to me, you know, a lot of people go broke, you know, during Christmas, or they're going to, not broke necessarily, but going to debt, you know, during the Christmas holidays. And, you know, and I think that, you know, a lot of us, we just buy into the commercialism of it. And, you know, and, you know, everything has gotten away from what the real purpose of what Christmas was about. And then, you know, there are those, and myself included, you know, that also see the, you know, when it comes to these holidays, you know, we know that there is, you know, when you start really researching, you know, the origins of these holidays, we know that there is um, a lot of you know, the origins of these holidays go back to things that are not necessarily, you know, what we've been taught. And so, you know, after, you know, I guess when, you know, and I'm not trying to rain on anybody's Christmas. It's just me. This is just my opinion, and it's just me. I'm not saying that you have to do the same thing, or I'm not even encouraging you to do the same thing. You know, you do what you do, you believe what you believe, you know, but I just it's just not the same for me. So I started, you know, I've kind of moved away from that. You know, I just think that I think the best thing, you know, is for everybody, for me, is for, you know, during these holidays, make sure you share it with family if you can, you know, and if you got family, you know, spend that time with them, because, you know, ain't nothing guaranteed. And then you think about all of the people that have lost loved ones, you know, over the years, especially around these times. You know, it's an especially hard time or tough time for those people that have lost a loved one. So, you know, take your time if you can. You know, you got family, take your time, enjoy this time with them. You know, don't make it about you know, what they buy for you or what they get you for Christmas, or make it about that time, and you know, and that chance to spend that time with loved ones. And that's where I am with this. You know, these holidays. And I tell you, you know, I like to use these holidays also to reset and, you know, get my mind right for the next year. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing, you know, for the next few days. You know, we worked hard this year. Linda Hobson, what's up, Linda? I saw your sister the other day. Definitely good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Sending all my love that way. We love you, Linda Hobson. But yeah, so it's important to understand, you know, during these holidays, what's important, what is important, and, you know, to understand what's important to you and understand what really matters. You know, it's a lot of stuff in the news. Man, I'm looking at, this whole story with Drake. I'm looking at you know, Trump and his tariffs. And I just posted, I don't know if y'all seen, if you follow me on my personal page, I posted where Trump has said he's going to put a 25% tariff on all goods coming in from Canada and Mexico. So that's basically, you know, all of North America, basically, right? Well, most of North America. And so the Canadians are screaming bloody murder, and they're saying it feels like a family member is stabbing them in the back. And I really want to play this video. Let me see if I can find this video, because I want to play this for y'all to hear, because there's so many hidden messages in what this guy from Canada was saying, that it is crazy. It is. And, you know, and I want y'all to hear this. I'm hopefully you'll be able to hear it over my mic, because I'm in here producerless. I'm just doing some shit, and ain't none of the team here. I was working on the sound, and so I wanted to test the sound out, but I gotta let y'all hear this. This is crazy, man. But so I'm gonna play it for you. Then I'm gonna break down, you know, what I'm hearing, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all are hearing in this message too. Let me play it. Hopefully you
biggest
can y'all hear that?
we've ever received from our closest friends and ally, from President-elect Trump, that they're threatening to put a 25% tariff on all goods coming across the border into the U.S. and Mexico. What I found unfair about the comments is to compare us to Mexico. And I can tell you, Canada is no Mexico. We do approximately, just Ontario alone, $500 billion of two-way trade. I found his comments unfair. I found them insulting. It's like a family member stabbing you right in the heart. Well, hopefully we won't come to that, but if it does, there is no choice. We have to retaliate. We have to retaliate, not against the Americans, the administration that has made a wrong call on this. It's very simple. And you ask any American, and I know thousands of Americans, and endless governors and senators and congressmen and women, if they feel Canada is a threat. I want to emphasize, to compare us to Mexico is the most insulting thing I've ever heard from our friends and closest allies, the United States of America. We want to work together, we will work together, and we'll resolve this problem. We received the biggest threat we've ever received from our closest friends and ally, from President-elect.
All right, y'all.
But they're threatening.
Man, hey, this dude said that they received a threat from President Trump. Did y'all hear that? He said this is a threat. Now, you know, and I want you to think about that, right? Just think about the gravity of that. Seriously. You have our neighboring nation of Canada that says the United States has threatened them. Now you talk about alienating your allies, right? And interesting too. You know, let's break this down. You know, this guy's. It's interesting how they say making them pay more money is a threat to them. A threat to them. You know, if America was to send some troops, line troops up on the border of Canada, just to the north of us, they would say this is a threat to our nation. And them saying now, they're saying these tariffs that y'all's president-elect is threatening, is considering or going to do, is a threat to their nation. Y'all, those are some serious words. You know, a lot of people, you may not know, but most of the wars, not in fact, I would say 99% of the wars that are fought over economic issues. Not about, you know, they put it under the guise of we're going to spread democracy, but it's not. It's really about money. It's about resources. It's about oil. It's about products. It's about Americans becoming richer. It's about and certain Americans, not all Americans, you know, because we all know that you know, America sends its poor to fight its wars for its rich. But you know, it's interesting, and this dude was red-faced, red-eyed. I mean, he is hot about the fact that Trump is talking about, you know, putting these tariffs on Canadian products. And so what that looks like is this then, you know, if Trump puts tariffs on Canadian products and then Canada puts tariffs on American-made products, then all of the product prices are going to go up. And the consumers are going to pay more for these products, which in turn will create inflation, even more inflation, or the cost of goods will go up. And of course, you know, when the cost of goods go up, the demand for those goods will probably decrease. And when the demand for those goods decrease, that means that if the employers are not selling the goods, they're going to decrease production of the goods. And when they decrease production of the goods, of course, that causes workers to be put out of work. So, but y'all did it. This is who y'all elected. This is, who y'all said y'all were going to stay at home and not vote. And, and y'all said that, this is your guy because he gave you $1,200 in he didn't even give it to you, be honest with you, but he put his name on a stimulus check that Congress authorized for you. This is your guy. And so and here's the other thing. Okay, so we talked about the economic part of it, but the whole emphasis on the fact that how dare you compare us to them damn Mexicans. That part is blowing my mind too. That part is tripping me out. Now he doubled down on that part. Like, how dare you? How dare you compare us to the Mexicans? He said Canada is nothing close to Mexican or Mexico. And I'm not paraphrasing, y'all. I played it for you. That's the video. He said what he said. And he meant that shit, boy. He was mad, man. He was hopping mad. Don't you dare call me a Mexican or compare me to a Mexican. He said everything, but man, there's so many racial overtones in what he said, and he is hopping mad at Donald Trump for even putting Canada or treating Canada the same. Here's the other thing that was said but not said in what he said. He basically said us white folks need to stick together. Don't treat us like you're treating the Mexicans. We are not the Mexicans. I mean, I just saw all kinds of dog whistle tones, messages, in this guy's statement. Is this the wait a minute? Let me make sure. This is let me see. It doesn't say what his title is in Canada, but he he said the most insulting thing I've ever heard is comparing Canadians to Mexicans. The most insulting thing, man. That is crazy. But I'm not surprised. Are you? I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, let me turn that down. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, but yeah, man. So anyway, that's happening also. And let's talk about let me just switch real quick and talk about this Drake thing. So Drake is suing I think it's Universal Music Group and I think some of the streaming platforms because he's saying that they intentionally elevated Kendrick Lamar and his They're Not Like Us song, which in turn kind of murked Drake and his career. And so a lot of people are coming out hard against Drake and saying that he's full of it and this, that, and other. But here's what's interesting. And so if this suit does go through, then in the discovery, you're going to hear as to whether or not how these companies are manipulating the streaming, or the amount of streams, or who is being heard, what songs are being heard and by who, and how they're determining the outcomes of basically of these streaming platforms. And so I think that I'm not sure if I'm willing to bet you that this whole thing will be settled, because I don't think that these streaming platforms, which are owned by the distribution companies, so you got, let me break this down. So you got the distribution companies who distribute the music for the labels. the labels sign the artist, right? And then the labels put the songs on the streaming platforms, which are owned by the labels and the distribution companies. And so then the artist gets paid. You know, that's how and why the artists get paid so little for their records being streamed, right? And so, but anyway, so Drake is suing, and this may, you know, bring some, you know, a lot of the practices and these flow charts of who owns what and so on and so forth to light, and people will be able to see how sleazy the music business still is. Even though, you know, there are those of us that are creative types, you know, that love to do music, but, you know, we're still, you know, actually you're probably getting raked across the coals more than you were in the previous iterations of the music business. A lot of people, there are some that are saying Drake is just being selfish. The only reason that he's doing it is because he's simply doing it for himself, right? And not to help other artists, but simply doing it because he wants to help himself, and he wants to get out of his deal that he's in and sign either another deal or be independent. That's what some are saying. You know, that's what the internet, some on the internet are saying. But it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what comes out of it. So yeah, but look, I want to wrap this up. I just wanted to test the sound out, see what it sounds like, see if we got some good volume, see if it's clear, and wish y'all all happy holidays. And, you know, hopefully, you know, everyone is good and safe and tucked in and in their spaces, and you know, and you'll be able to wrap this year up, you know, with the greatest of peace and love, and you know, and generosity, and be a blessing to, you know, as many people as you possibly can. So hey, this has been a special solo edition of the Antonio Parkinson Project, and a test at the same time of our new audio. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. And we look forward. We got our next shows are coming up on. We don't have a show on December 6th, but we got 2 shows that are dropping. We got the Tommy G show that is dropping, and we got, you know, the Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower show that's dropping too. Both of these are great shows, so look forward to them. They'll be dropping, and then we'll be back on, I think, the 13th of December for our next show. And I think we got State Representative Justin J. Pearson coming up on the 13th. It's going to be a good show, be an exciting show. And I think we got one more show on the 20th before we wrap the year up. So again, you've been watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Make sure you lock in, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.